Well, good morning, everybody. It's Daybreak here at iFiber One News Radio. I'm Jeff Slakey. I've got two great guests in studio to talk about some big doings in the city of Shelton. City Manager Ryan Wheaton and City Clerk Jamie Ogg. Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff.
Thanks for coming on the air with me to talk about some pretty big changes in the next couple of months here, from a city commission to a city council. So it looks like the commission approved the resolution on Monday night for calling for a special election to fill 4 new council seats. Jamie, we'll start with you. Talk to me about what this means and the steps moving forward.
Yeah, so this means that we're ready to get going. Candidates will be able to file with the Mason County Auditor's Office. I believe those dates are going to be December 19th through the 21st, so they can get in there and file. Once they do file, they're not able to withdraw their candidacy.
Oh, okay, because it's a special filing period?
That's right.
And how much interaction do you have with Mason County Auditor Karen, her setting these things up and making sure the ballots are ready? I mean, do you have to go through individual questions and make sure everything looks right, or is it just open position 1, open position 2 through 4? Is that how it's going to work?
So it's going to be, we're going to have open positions seats 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Okay.
So they'll have to select a seat that they're going to run for at that time. And
then the election is when?
There's going to be the...
primary will be the 13th of February, and then the general election the 24th of April.
There you go.
And if there's only one person that comes for each position, how will that work?
Then if all 4 of those positions just have one person signed up, it'll move to the April 24th election.
Oh, okay. April 24th, that's when we'll count the votes. We'll find out how many days after that will it take to get them seated.
That's a good question. The big component there is going to be how long it takes to get the vote certified. I think we learned that every vote matters in Shelton, so it could be a few weeks before that process is done, depending on how close these elections are. But we will certainly follow the wishes of the people that voted, and we had 64% of the voters decide they want this. So on our end, we'll work as quickly as possible once that vote is certified to make sure the council is seated.
And then if there is only one per, although it sounds in the community like there's a lot of interest in this, how soon would the city like to get things going and the first council meeting started? I mean, how much additional training that the new council members would have to take?
You know, surprisingly, there's not a lot required to actually come on board. Kevin Dorsey just attended newly elected official training, and we have the material from that. We're going to work with AWC since we'll have a mid-year election to make sure that we have that information. But we will start as soon as possible. Once we know who's going to be on the council, we'll work with them to make sure they get up to speed as soon as they can. And in addition to that, we plan to hold a candidate forum once people have declared their candidacy for these positions. We're going to put together a forum so they or anybody else from the community can come in. We'll go through the departments to explain how the departments work, explain a little bit about how things work behind the scenes so that they have an idea of what they're getting into, and when they're out there campaigning that they feel that they have some information that they can lean on. And I know that this will be new for a lot of people. You'll have some people that probably are very familiar and some people that aren't, but we want to make sure that they understand that we can still be a resource to people when they want information, even if they aren't in office yet.
One of the main concerns that was put forth on the move to this is that the mayoral position would be selected within the 7 council members and not necessarily put forth by the city, the citizens. But maybe there's some movement on that. Is there a way that we're working on that, or?
That is possible. The initial mayor will be set by the 7 people. So the 7 council members, once they're seated, one of the first things they're going to do is have to determine which one of them will serve as the mayor. But one of the options they will have moving forward is whether or not they want to designate the first position as the actual mayor's seat. Okay. And then moving forward, once that position's up, which it will be in 2019, that first position could be the mayor's seat, in which case it would be elected directly by people.
Does this happen elsewhere?
I believe Tacoma does it, and there are some other cities that do as well. They have a council manager, but they've chosen to elect the mayor directly.
So it's December 7th, so there's not a lot of time for folks to think about this, but It's encouraging that this is moving forward rapidly, and we're going to hopefully see. Are you guys hearing any kind of information that there's going to be a lot of folks that come out? I've heard 8 to 10 at least showing interest.
I've heard of a few, but
Yeah, we've had some calls, and I
Yeah.
know that we just had an election where 4 people ran in a primary. So my hope is that we get a lot of interest in this. I think that we will, and from the calls that we've had, people inquiring about dates and commitments and things like that, I think we'll continue to see some growth in the amount of people that are going to file.
Well, this is definitely an exciting time for the city of Shelton, Mason County, everybody that is involved with this. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing how the process moves through until the 23rd of April.
24th.
24th of April when we get things certified. Very cool. Well, exciting, and I'm sure we'll get you guys back before too long to keep reminding folks,
Right.
and I'll do my best as well to remind folks that the deadlines and the dates, all right?
Thanks, Jeff.
very good.
Jamie,
Thank you.
Ryan, thank you so much. Focus on Shelton this week and every week, brought to you by our Community Credit Union.